Should you or shouldn't you go Gymcel? Yes, this popular new trend, that's right, get incredibly big, incredibly jacked, look like a complete freak. Is this lifestyle choice for you? Well, let's find out. So you might be thinking, hey, what exactly is a Gymcel? Well, first you got to understand health and fitness. Let's say you're a guy that's into health, you're into fitness, you go to the gym, you eat healthy, you take care of yourself, perfectly okay, perfectly reasonable. We need more people like you in this world. You're a great person. Now the Gymcel on the other hand does the health and fitness, but then he also starts taking the bodybuilding drugs, and that's the big difference between just a regular health and fitness guy, regular gym guy, and of course the Gymcel is of course the drugs. So Gymcels have no need to actually take these bodybuilding drugs because they're not legitimate bodybuilders. Bodybuilders need to take these things to compete, to achieve those really high levels that you expect to be in bodybuilding. Looking like a cartoonish Adonis is of course fantastic, it looks amazing, but only if you're in the bodybuilding sphere. If you're just a normal person who has a bodybuilder's body, you look a bit weird, and that's where the Gymcel stereotype comes in. Normal people, they may go to the gym, they eat healthy, they take care of themselves, and you can get jacked, you can get absolutely shredded, but you look absolutely normal, absolutely great. Then you've got a bodybuilder who goes to those extreme levels, eats all the food, takes all the drugs, but they also then go and compete against other bodybuilders, chasing that Adonis physique, which can also be commendable. And then you've got the lowest of the low, the Gymcels. These are people that did health and fitness, they weren't happy with it, so they then decided to take all of the bodybuilding drugs to get extremely large, but they don't do any sort of legitimate bodybuilding, they just walk around the shopping centers or they make podcasts, one or the other. Well, what drugs exactly are they taking? Well, there's three main ones. You've got testosterone, you've got steroids, and then you've got growth hormone. Now the way that you can tell if someone is actually taking steroids is just the size of their muscles. If you've got a regular looking dude, a regular looking frame, but he just has extremely large muscles, let's say on the arms or on the legs, particularly the thighs, if they've just got these larger than life muscles, that is because they're taking steroids and probably also testosterone as well. You don't get muscles that large naturally, that's all the steroids there. Then you've got the other one, which is growth hormone. This is what turns you into the Hulk. Have you ever seen those guys that have a thick head, a thick neck, a thick shoulder, a thick torso, thick arms, thick forearms, thick fingers, and they're just extremely large and thick all over, and they basically look like the comic hero the Hulk? Well, that's because they're taking growth hormone. That sort of physique is completely unnatural and is only achievable through taking growth hormone. So if they've got a regular frame, a regular body, but just have large muscles, it's usually just testosterone and steroids. However, if they're freakishly large like the Hulk, they're usually taking growth hormone along with the steroids and the testosterone. Again, which are great if you're doing bodybuilding, but if you're just a regular guy, it turns you into a Gymcel. Now you might be thinking, hey, I need to take these drugs to, hit new levels of performance, that sort of thing. Well, let's say you're natural, no drugs, you're max benching, you're squatting, whatever it is, you're peaking 150 to 200 pounds. That is the max, that is the most that your body can do naturally, which is fine, perfectly acceptable. You look great, you've got enough strength to live out whatever you need to do. You then say, hey, I want to start taking bodybuilding drugs. Then all of a sudden, your max bench, your max squat, whatever, hits the 250 to 300 pounds. That's right, all of a sudden, you're benching an extra 100 pounds. Wowzers. Has this really impacted your life very much overall? You were already benching 200 and now you're benching 300. Has that changed your life too much? no it hasn't, but you've done it anyway. And this is where the Gymcel mental illness comes sliding in. You don't need to bench that extra 100, you look completely ridiculous benching that extra 100, and everybody knows that you are taking something to bench that extra 100, but you keep telling people, oh, it's just genetics, oh, it's just natural, and no, it's not. You're taking all of those bodybuilding drugs. And once again, if you're just a normal dude who doesn't do legitimate bodybuilding, it's kind of weird. Now, in terms of safety, it usually is pretty safe to take all of these performance enhancing bodybuilding drugs. Although the human body is not designed to be that large or be that thick, most people can generally do it for a long time. We're talking decades, and being completely healthy. However, the mental illness associated with it pops up in other avenues of their life, and as you can imagine, it usually doesn't end well. Take the internet's most famous Gymcel, Joe Rogan. Now, this guy's life is a complete train wreck, both in his personal life and his professional life. If you want to end up like that guy, by all means go the Gymcel route, but if you want to try to find some sort of natural, healthier, overall more satisfying life route, don't follow the Gymcel Rogan route. Like most things, you just have to simply ask yourself, is it worth it going Gymcel? Will being a Gymcel give me what I want? If it does, then of course go the Gymcel route. But like most people, you'll quickly realize that going Gymcel is so many negatives with very few positives that it's just generally not worth doing it. But hey, you do you. And thank you for watching.